Hello friend, welcome back to Toyota Maintenance YouTube channel. Do you remember this 97 4Runner? It's my friend's and we did together, right? Lift on it in past. I filled some of it and I believe he said it's like a 2-inch lift approximately. Here is the rear. The springs and shocks were replaced, right? In the rear everything's fine. But obviously in the front we have those CV axles, right? So again, you see those Bilsteins, but look what happens to the CV axle. The angle is changed, right, for them to work. So the outer CV axle boots are okay, but look, this one is ripped, right? It completely separated. And this again, outer, well, let's see, but look at this one. So we have that grease. There will be a lot of cleaning. That's hard to get off, right? It's splashed all over. I need to clean that, right? Well, the video will be about the front differential drop. He came over, he said, here's the truck, and I bought the diff drop kit. This is Toy Tech lifts. So let's see, let's unbox this, let's see what is inside. He asked me to install for him, so let's see how difficult it is and what is involved in this process. So this is first thing which came out of that little bag, that little package, right? It's a detailed installation instructions plus these two pictures. Well, let's continue. What other wonderful things are in this package? Not sure how much he paid for it, right? I'm just a grease monkey. It's supposed to install it. So this should be 1-inch spacers, right? You can see it here, hopefully. Let me turn for myself that monitor. Okay, 1-inch spacers. It's 2 of them, right? They are the longer bolts. Some nuts, right? So not all of this stuff, not all of it will be brand new. Some of the things, when you read that, they say, oh, reuse these washers and reuse this, reuse that. That must be the... Is it self-locking nuts? I'm not sure. They don't even fit on it. No. Do they? This one does better. We'll see. Anyway, let's not get ahead of ourselves. So, simple stuff. Basically, these are 2 things which needs to be machined and people don't have it sitting around, right? Other than that, you could theoretically buy this stuff somewhere in the hardware. Cool, let's go install it. Before I will go for it, I would like to show you around. It's not like in this picture. This diff, it's wrapped in the oil, right? Because the engine, it's leaking pretty good, but these are these 2 mounts, 1 and 2, right? So you can see in the picture that will help it to go down. Now, suppose here I need to get it underneath that diff. These 2 bolts are 19mm socket. Let's see how tight they are. I hope I will not rip this 4Runner off the lift, because they will be tight. You can bet on that. 1. Yep. They are tight. I guarantee you that, my friend. This is a lot of torque. As I said, you have to be careful in my case, right? Can't be just yanking on it as much as I want. This truck is on the lift and I don't want to have it fall on me. And of course I have these tools, right? But I just wanted feel that whole bolt the top nut is also 19, so I have a wrench here. I will hold it from rotating, and I will use that CP, Chicago pneumatic. Impact. And as you can see, it had a hard time, but it did its job. So now you need to pay attention the way these spacers are there, right? Look at it. So it's this way. Don't you try to put it back the other way, right? Like this, that will be wrong. It needs to go back in the same order. So you can see these bolts are long, right? Because they are going through that entire cross member. Let me grab that 19mm nut. You can hopefully see it here, right? And that was really tight, so you have to expect that. So let's focus on the second mount. I'm putting that 19mm up there, right, to grab that nut again. I have it there. This one was loose. Oh yeah, look at it. Without any problems. This one gave up. I don't want to drop it again like I did before. So let's grab it without this flying down on the ground. Perfect. Let's grab the nut. And we will continue in just a second. Now these instructions are saying carefully lower that diff, that there will be enough space between these mounts, right? I'm putting the light there for you, you can see the detail. There will be enough space for that 1-inch spacer. This rubber obviously stays there, right? So I can try that, right? Very carefully. I'm observing the areas which were of my concern, but so far so good. Now I will be putting those spacers, right? Here are the old bolts and the new ones. So if you compare them, well, there might be an inch difference between. So that I should be able to use that, right, and install it there. So I have transferred the hardware, plus I use their spacer. Let's see if I'm even able to put it there, right? If you will let me, this whole thing. Huh? So far so good. I can see sticking out up there. And since you want to still be able to remove it in the future, right? Possible, you never know. I use the blue one, right? I will not use the red, just the blue. Hold it in the place. This is like a nice stick. So it comes out as a paste, kind of, right? It's a good one. I like to use that. Now let's put it there. There is kind of enough space here for my hand, kind of. So I'm holding the nut with that 19mm wrench up there, and I will partially tighten this, not tighten, just catch the thread, right, in the case the support falls off or something. And I will perform the same thing with this one. Let's see how hard it will be to squeeze the new spacer in. Then I have almost tightened this. I can lower this tiny bit, right? There's a play. Oh, it's going. So again, right, not something very difficult so far. Build the new longer bolt, right? They say it's an 8-inch bolt. Will it go in? Nicely, look at this one. Incredible. So I'm installing that second nut. And they are funny because they are saying, oh, do it to the factory spec, huh? Go ahead and find the factory spec. But if you don't have that, put it to 70 foot-pounds, 70. So I will use my tool here. holding the nut up there. Yep, and this definitely needs a lot of torque. They said 70. Well, that's a good question. I don't know what a stock is, right? What is the Toyota spec? Might be more, because you remember how super tight it was. Of course, that Loctite will also help to hold it in the place, but maybe I should say more is better in this case. I'm holding that top nut with that 19mm. Yep, that should be good. That's really tight. And I will just recheck everything, right? That front diff is held by the bolts right now, but I don't like really, if I can show you, the arms were perfectly horizontal before. Right now they are not. The arms are kind of sloping towards to the front of the vehicle. Even if I remove that support, right? So right now, sure, we dropped it, but this arm, it's going this way. Hopefully these rubber mounts, which are here, right? These are 2 rubber mounts, will be able to deal with it. Hopefully it will not affect negatively any drivability of this vehicle, right? And everything will be fine. We will see. I'm just following the instructions. Now obviously it's about also the skid plate. So the manual says in front, these 3 bolts which are in the front, right? You use those. And then in the back, you have to use some spacers, right, for these bolts. Put the spacers which are in that kit, you saw them. But I will show you, right, what they are talking about. These are the bolts they supplied, and these are those very small spacers for the rear end of the skid plate. But here, most importantly, the detail for you. What I was saying about sloping, right, from the diff, it goes kind of this way, sideways, right? Before it was perfectly in the horizontal position, but these 2 supports, these arms, are slightly going down. Why? Of course, because of that spacer. So, as I said, hopefully this is all fine and it will work perfectly. Can I see drastic change on the angle of these CV shafts? Well, not right now, but I'm sure when the vehicle will go down on the floor, on the ground, and the wheels will push on these towers, right? So it will be more equal, and hopefully that 1 inch of gain here will make a change in the less wear on those CV axles and CV axle boots. And that was another tech video on this channel, and hopefully it gives you some kind of idea what is involved when you are installing this front diff drop kit. Thanks for watching, and be subscribed. I have a lot of coming your way soon. See you later, my friend.